if we could just start with
Kind of my
what's your
routine in the
daily
morning.
routine?
Okay, I usually come in at 7:30, and then I have I prepare the delivery tickets for the route of the day. Usually Tim has the routes pretty much picked out what he wants going out that day, and then I go through them, check them if there's any overdue balances, and typically we don't deliver if if their balance is past 30 days. So I just make sure that all the balances have been paid and whatnot, everything's all set to go, and then pretty much kind of just write down the area they're going to be in, and and once I have them together, then I know what truck the drivers are taking. I go out into the shack where they are waiting, and then we give them their tickets, and then they go off. And sometimes we get calls, usually typically first thing in the morning if there's anybody that needs a delivery that day, and then I have to kind of figure out who is the closest, and then we dispatch it to them.
So you have to kind of organize the order of where they're going?
Right.
So, yeah, wow.
Yeah. Well, Tim pretty much does that because the routes are all pretty much organized for us. It's just we start off usually with a large pile and hope that they'll finish, but if they don't, that just continues to the next. So, but if we do get calls that someone's out of gas, we do have to reroute them.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, then we have to kind of figure out who's going to be the closest to that. Because we have someone in Rhode Island and there, someone in Taunton, and then somebody runs out in Rehoboth, it would probably be best to do the Taunton person,
Yeah.
because they're closer. So.
What's the range of distance? Like,
Oh,
what's the-
we do all of Rhode Island.
all of Rhode Island?
All of Rhode Island.
All the way down to...
Westerly,
Wow.
Burrillville, all of Rhode Island,
Wow.
and Jamestown, and
Wow.
then pretty much southeastern Mass. I would say probably, I don't know, actually, we do have our little map. We go out as far as Douglas, Westwood, and Middleborough, East Bridgewater, Wareham, that pretty much, and Westport and Dartmouth. Fall River, I would say pretty much southeastern Mass.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we do have some cell towers out in the Cape that usually we do.
Cell towers?
Cell towers, yeah.
Oh,
for Verizon and AT&T.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you do that through Rhode Island as well, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Absolutely. Yeah, we do have cell towers out there too. Those are pretty much will call customers. They are once a year deliveries, and we just go top them off because they're just for generators. And I
Yeah.
mean, typically, if there's a storm or something, that's when they call and they want their deliveries. So, but that's not that often,
Yeah.
Although in New England, it could be.
So how long have you been here?
I have been here now 3.5 years.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, you weren't here that long before I came here, probably.
I know. And as a matter of fact, you were an oil customer at first,
Well,
right?
we were, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah.
when he did the oil.
Right.
That didn't last. Yeah, so the focus is better on the propane, for sure.
Yeah.
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 I wish I'd known more about propane back.
Oh, me too.
Then I actually replaced an oil burner probably, I guess maybe it's 6 or 7 years ago now.
Yeah.
And
That's what I did the same thing.
didn't even really give it a second thought.
No,
but-
me either. I never
Yeah.
knew about propane or anything until I came here, and then
Yeah.
and then I was going to switch to propane this spring. Except my daughter's got engaged, so there goes
The
my
propane switch budget.
There goes exactly. So I can't do it this year, but I would love to do that. So eventually I will.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then after that, typically, with the drivers at the end of the day, they bring their delivery tickets. Tim usually goes through them and just sees basically the amount of gallons that we're dropping at each location. And then once he goes through all the tickets, then I start entering them in to bill them out. Mm-hmm. And so that can take anywhere from an hour to, 2 hours, depending on how many tickets were delivered that day, how many deliveries were delivered. So then after that, we print up the invoices and we them in envelopes, and then we mail them. And then each we have 46 routes, so each month we have to do a prep to prepare for those, and then which basically is these are little reports, and it just basically puts for each route. We have them, located by their region, areas, in once these are all done, then we go and we print the tickets. And again, then I have to go through them because a lot of tickets are repetitious. Sometimes we do weekly, so I have to make sure I pull them out, and that way they don't go out with the route, because we have some large accounts that take a lot of gas, so we have to go there weekly.
Weekly, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have some that are every other week. So it's just a matter of, we have, like, I have a list which we call our Friday route, and that's kind of all over the place. And those are pretty much the people that require the weekly deliveries or every other week deliveries
Wow.
for gas. So, and that's, and then all day long you're also taking calls for people who run out of gas or are calling to. Mostly we'll call people who aren't on an actual schedule.
Right.
And they'll call, and then what we try to do is fit them in with a route. If we can't, then, like, again, that would be like our Friday delivery. We kind of have one truck designated to kind of do all over the place.
Yeah. If you have automatic delivery people, is it similar to oil where they
Yeah,
use
exactly.
degree days or whatever?
No, we don't use
No. How does that
we
work?
don't use degree days. We use we basically use it by monthly, and Tim has a reason why he doesn't like the degree days, but we try to do it the area that we're in and try to bang out all our customers in that area.
Yeah.
Instead of, because sometimes you're going to have large tanks, sometimes you're going to have smaller tanks. So then they're not all going to take the same amount of gallons. So we just try while we're in that area to try to make it more efficient for us. I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And in terms of all the everything from scheduling to ticketing and everything, is there some massive computer package that you do everything with, or?
We do. We have
Yeah.
we do have our software. It's RCC, which basically everything we do is in that. Other than, of course, if people call and make payments and stuff like that, we have a separate account for payments, credit card payments or whatever. But pretty much everything is done in that software. It generates the tickets, generates everything.
So what's the best part of your day?
Best part of my day? I would say accomplishing my goals for the day, making sure that everybody knows what they have to do, and we get it done. And I would say that to me is an accomplishment.
Okay. And
Yeah.
what's your worst nightmare?
My worst nightmare is having all these people run out of gas. That's my worst nightmare. I cringe sometimes when I come in the morning because with the answering service, like I ask, like, okay, who ran out of gas this morning?
Yeah.
A lot of that scheduling. A lot of it has to do with New England weather. Some winters, as you know, last winter was mild. This winter was very cold, and so it's understanding, I guess, the usage and trying to adjust the schedules to their needs. Some people use a lot, some people don't, and then we also don't know if it's an all gas. Typically, all gas is going to use more, but also a lot of people have gone into pellet stoves and all that now. So now they're not using gas, and so sometimes the schedules don't work. So it's hard, to adjust. But we do the best we can. But that is my worst nightmare. I hate having people run out of gas.
Yeah.
Hate it.
Yeah.
Because then I feel like I failed. So, but I'm learning.
Yeah.
Learning.
Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
No, it's good. I've learned a lot. I actually have. I've learned a lot since I've been here, and I've had some good teachers, trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did you do before this?
I worked in construction for 22 years.
Oh, my word.
Yeah, and then they ended up closing the doors
Oh.
because of the economy and whatnot. As we all know, construction went down. And then I was also a hairstylist.
Oh, well.
Also, before construction, I was a hairstylist for, 30 years? No. That was all combined. I kind of did it part-time both. I said, no, about 20 years hairdressing too. So,
Wow.
yeah. So, and then I had to, like I said, I got laid off and I decided that I was going to stay home, and then I was going out of my mind. So, and then I applied here, and here I am.
All right.
Yeah. But then I have to too, also, like when we have our routes, we try to make our deliveries the most efficient for us. So any will call people, we do put them on a fill calendar. But what we do is we call them first and just see if, because we're going to be in the area, would they like a delivery? And that has worked out well because most of them say, hey, you know what, while you're out here, yeah, go ahead, So it's pretty good that way,
In this economy, is is overdue a significantly worse problem than it was a few years ago. Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
And also, too, a lot of people are limiting their, instead of getting complete fills,
Yeah.
they're limiting their gallons. Like they'll call for 100 gallons or
Yeah.
the minimum delivery, you know, maybe 200 gallons or so because they can't afford it, you know.
Yeah.
But we definitely have seen that, definitely.
Yeah.
And it's hard, you know.
Yeah.
But then you have the, you know, you have your habitual ones that just are always just economy or not, you know. But then
Right.
you have the ones that have never been in that situation, and it's hard for them, you know.
Yeah.
It really is. But they do make a sincere effort. I mean, you do have those that do. So
Yeah.
you try to work with them a little
Sure.
bit, and which we do, you know.
Yeah.
We do. But then again, you have those that will take advantage of it too. So,
Yeah.
but you're gonna have that no matter what, I believe.
Yeah. Oh, I
You know,
think
no
so.
matter in anything, you know. So.
Yeah. No, certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly from what I can see.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
All right.
So that's pretty much it. And then, you know, it's just helping out anybody else who ever needs help. It's, you know, typically, I mean, it'd be kind of neat for you to see us on a real busy day here. It's, you know, it's sometimes can get chaotic and we're all at each other's throats, you know.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's like what we got done. It's, you know, we all do the best we can. I was just I had made calls today. And what I do is I try to make my calls off of these, and then we have a bin over there that we put them in, and Tim will go over there during the day, I mean, like at night or whatever, and he gets the routes.
Let me see if I can.
These are the routes that have all been called, the people have been called. And what he usually does is he'll come over here and then he'll go through them in the morning and choose who he wants to go where.
Okay.
So these are the ones in here are all set to go.
Okay.
The ones in my office aren't yet, so. And then that's our GPS where we know where our drivers are, so it helps us.
Wow.
It helps us, if someone should call and they're out of gas, we can just find them and say, hey, you're the closest, can you do this?
Wow, that's cool, huh?
Yeah. So, this is typically where we print our tickets for the routes. Right here, that's our printer. And once I stop printing, we just stand there and rip them off by route. And they go in there, we have to get them all separated and get them ready to go, highlight them, call them, and put them in that bin.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's pretty much it for me.
Great.
And
Excellent.
like I said, just help out where needed, that's all.
Yeah.